Okay. Okay. Um, Mr. Shukuma.
Yes, sir. I'm with you, sir.
Okay. I can't see the sharing toggle put on.
Okay. I think it's open. Uh,
Okay. I've seen it.
you've seen it. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
I've seen it. Thank you. All right. All right. So I think we can start now. I wanted to confirm that. All right. So what can you see? Please confirm so I can move on.
AI foundations and prompt mastery.
Okay. Full screen.
Yes, sir. Full screen, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Okay. Let's start. All right. Good evening, everyone. Um, my name is Kalio Daniel. But before I introduce myself, as our lead has communicated, um, today we're going to be doing something very interesting called AI Foundations and Prompt Mastery. The aim is simple. We want us to understand the core mechanism of how artificial intelligence works. Then we'll go further and unlock advanced method of how we can control or prompt these AI models to obey us and give us the output we want. Why is this very important in the church? We are already in the age where AI is doing almost everything, creating images, creating videos, and and if you are currently not using even AI technology in your church, you're already slacking behind because it unlocks another level of creativity in application. So today we're going to learn the AI foundations and prompt mastery. Before I go on, I'll just briefly introduce myself. Okay, my name is Coach Kalio Daniel, and a lot of person call me Global Automation Guy. I'm an AI automation expert and also mechatronics engineer by profession. I build intelligent systems that transform organizations, companies, and I design AI agents, workflow automation, and digital assistants that streamline business operations, customer engagement, and decision making. I happen to also be the co-founder and the director of STEM Professionals Limited, where we have trained over 5,000 students in robotics, AI, emerging technologies across Nigeria and elsewhere. I am also a World Robots Olympiad national coach, so I train citizens of Nigeria to represent Nigeria in World Robots Olympiad, and where which I mentor a lot of innovators and in leading technology initiatives. And I am currently also the director of events in STEM Festival. So by the ending of today's class, maybe we might drop the flyer. Is a tech competition that is African based. So we have is hosted in Nigeria, but we have our African counterparts come around, and it cuts across different aspects of technology, from robotics to artificial intelligence to coding, web development, app development, electronics, IoT, drone technology, and blockchain. So there are different problems to solve, and it's a competition-based event. And once you get it, you are part of it. You're also going to learn from the best tech experts around the globe coming for this event called STEM Festival. So I am a very respected voice when it comes to AI adoption and intelligent automation in digital innovation across the African tech ecosystem. So peradventure after this class, you'll be convinced to book a free consultation with me. There is a link over there. But let's move on to what brought us here. Okay, so we're going to be starting with what is AI? What is artificial intelligence? Why is it very critical for you and I to understand it in this time? What does it really mean? So AI is a branch of computer science that is dedicated to build machines that is capable of tasks that typically requires human intelligence. In simple quotes, is machines trying to behave as though they are humans. They're trying to use the way we think, our learning ability, how we acquire information, how we use rules to set structures for ourselves. They are trying to use how human reason process data. So with the rules they have acquired, they begin to say, oh, how can I reach a particular solution, make a decision, and the rest of it. So that's reasoning. And the last part that human had, that machine did not have before, was what we call self-correction, and it's currently there. So the AI model can correct itself. If you have used any of these AI models, you just discover alongside, they already know who you are. So I think a trend was occurring, and we asked AI to create a miniature version of us with what we do. And an image will pop up with all the questions you've asked, and it's designed, you know, as a doctor in a lab, blah, 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 based on what you have been communicating with it. So we see something very peculiar here. We see that it's self-correcting, it's learning from you, and it's building up by itself. So that is AI. So if you understand AI, you need to understand something called AI model. Before we understand AI model, yes, okay, we're here. AI model, good. So AI model is regarded as the digital brain. So what it means is this, that AI does not exist on its own. It exists on some certain parameters. And these parameters, when come together, is what we call AI model. So one is called algorithm. Algorithm, for simple terms, is just pattern recognition, or what we call pathway understanding. So let's take it this way. If I want to ask the AI to write a story about Nigeria culture, specifically Hausa tribe, so the AI goes into a particular journal, which is called, or a model sets, which is called literature, because you say write a story. So it goes back and say, okay, how do they write story? It takes that structure. That is the algorithm doing the work. I say, oh, he's in Nigeria, so I have to look for stuff that's related to Africa. So it goes to Africa. It narrows down to West Africa, narrows down to Nigeria. Then it narrows down again to the Hausa tribe. Then it picks, oh, okay, I've gotten literatures from the Hausa tribe. How can I relate it back to what was being asked, a story about the tribe? Okay, so I need to collate some certain data points and make it sound like a story. So it does all these things. That's what they call algorithm. So training and interference simply means that process of algorithm, he has to find data. That data he is finding, those data sets, is doing training. Remember, one characteristic of artificial intelligence is self-learning. So it's self-learning the data, trying to understand what is going on. How is it working? How is it possible? So that's self-data, that learning process is what is being converted into or outputs. So it takes that knowledge and translates. So it's called training and interference. I hope you can still hear me. Please acknowledge someone.
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
Okay, good. Thank you. Okay, I hope everybody's following. So you can just drop an emoji in the comment section if you are following. So you can drop what you're to algorithm and training interference. All right, can we continue? So anytime you hear AI model, think of it as the digital brain, just the way the brain connects to the nervous system, to the skeletal structure, to the muscular system, to the blood streams, to the neural section of your body. That is how it is. So the model is the connector, is what connects different parts so that AI can function properly. Okay, so it runs on two things: algorithm and training and interference. I believe it's clear enough. All right, so now let's go deeper. What is the role of an AI translator? So an AI translator is someone that interfaces between the human intent and the machine logic. So what we are doing in that case is what we call prompt engineering. So prompt engineering is the interference between human intent and machine logic. So let's make it very simple. So what it means is that prompt you are sending is what makes the machine capable of understanding what the user, you yourself, requires. Without the prompt, the user, the machine, that is the AI model, cannot really understand. So the form of translator. So if you're in computer science, you know what we call assembly language. So assembly language is like converting normal words into a words that computer will understand the same way. Okay, so we have like Python is an assembly language. We have C#, C++, and its likes. So what we use right now to talk to AI is English. Okay, so or language. So we have what we call large language models. They're all part of the AI model. So what is an AI translator? The role right now for the AI translator, one is for conceptualization. So you're providing a mental map that the AI is going to use to follow. You say the AI knows, okay, this is really what I want. This is really what this individual wants. One, the next is that you are managing. So you can say, oh, do this, then do this, then do this, then do this, then do this. Because the way you place it, the AI knows, okay, I need to finish this, then do this. So you're managing complex tasks based on prompting. Then the last is what we call structure logic workflow, which is architecting. So you're designing the structure. So the example here I gave here is a flow. So when you give an input, the input is being given, it picks it up, it breaks it down, you see, into the orange form. Then it connects those words into several other things that are relatable. So we made an example, write a story about the Hausa tribe, or write a story about the church, the evolution of the churches in Nigeria. So he knows that is an input. He breaks it down. Okay, I need church, I need the revolution, I have, which is history data. So all those network you see there, that is what connects it from one point to another. So it's that layer begins to interpret what the user wants. Then he understands the particular kind of output that is needed, then he gives it back to the user. That is what you see. So when you ask ChatGPT a question, or Gemini or Claude, what you're just doing is that you're imputing. It takes that, mashes it up with relevant connected words and give you back an output. I believe it's clear enough. Okay, so today we are going to learn how to become a prompt engineer. I'm going to make it very simple, and I call a word which is called SHACE. So it's called the SHACE framework. It's something that you can't forget after today's class. So whenever you're prompting, you just remember SHACE, C-A-S-E. C there is my A there, is my S there, is my E there. So that is what we want to understand. What does it really mean? So we can build stronger and clearer and better prompts. Now, before we continue, I want to say this. When it comes to AI, garbage in, garbage out, the quality of your prompts is directly proportional to the quality of your outputs. If you give a shitty prompt, you get a shitty result. If you give a weak prompt, you get a very generic response. But if you want to get a very solid response from the AI model, your prompt is what matters. I usually tell people it's not the AI tool that makes the difference, it's the user of the tool. So some persons look at my work when I design systems and they're like, but I use this tool. It's not the tool fault, it's the user. They make a statement that says that it's not the worksman tool that changes, that determine the output, is the workman itself. Someone put it down in the comments. It's not the workman tool that determine the output, is the workman itself. So if the workman is if the craftsman is a very good craftsman, the output will be very, very clear. But if it's not, you'll see it, even with the best work tool, you'll give a shitty response. So I see a lot of people subscribing for AI models, spending a lot of money. And the whole issue is that because they do not understand how to prompt effectively, it just falls out there. Okay. So can we continue? I believe we can. Okay. So the chase framework. So the C rather means context. Whenever you're prompting, you must ask yourself, what is the context? Who am I addressing? And where am I addressing? So when you say that, you are referring to, this particular person is a receiver, or the output I want, let it be referring to that. And when you're saying where, it's like, okay, this is the background. So you're giving a context. An example. Let's take an example. You're a new usher in church, and the chief usher just tell you, write the reports. You'll be very confused. You don't know which report she means. Is it financial report of the church? Is it attendance reports? Is it follow-up reports? Is it sanctuary keeping, how neat the church is? Okay, let's take it outside the confines of the church. Imagine you being an Intel. You came into the company and your boss just look at you and say, develop for me a dashboard. And you are a computer scientist. The first question you ask is, the dashboard should do what? What should appear there? Do you understand? So without a context, the AI gets really, really confused. You enter what we call organization stage. He begins to think, he's just fuzzy around, begin to buff around, say some 30 things that was never there. So context is very key. So you must coin it in a way. So for instance, acts like a church administrator, act as a technical historian, act as a medical doctor. You're giving it a persona, you're giving it a person framework. Okay, then you say, research in this. Okay, let's draft a statement. Act as a church administrator with 20 years experience. Develop a follow-up from 20 persons to 100 persons within the space of 2 months. Now, you have given it context. The AI understands that, right now I'm behaving as a church administrator. So you will not just draft words like, for instance, can you write out follow-up plan for my church? That kind of prompt lacks context and is going to give you very generic response. We're going to do a little bit of practical if time permits us, but let's get this. Once we get the foundations, I'll switch to practical. Then we'll come back to the second aspect, which is the advanced prompting. Okay, so let's go on. So contexts are very key. Context is very key. So the more you give it context, the more the AI understands what you're saying. And it has to be relevant. The context has to follow the 3 C's, which has to be concise, it has to be clear, and it has to be within a particular framework concept. All right. So it is very key that it follows this format. So context is very important. The second is called an A in the Chase framework. A So A stands for action. Now you've answered the question of who am I addressing? Who is the AI addressing? Or who is the AI assuming? You've addressed where is the AI going to look for whatever it's going to look for. So it knows it's going to church database, follow-up team, how to grow a church. That is the where. Next is the action. That has to do with what it will do. So you need to use direct, non-ambiguous command the AI to follow a particular concept. So you can say analyze, create, synthesize. So you're going with a specific intent, what it should do. So as you're giving it an action, the AI knows, okay, I am to do something now. Example, summarize this. Or after service, you drop the record of your man of God in the AI model. You can now ask it, act as a transcriber. You're giving it a personnel, that is who. Look through these voice notes and transcribe it. That's the action now. Transcribe it. That's the action. Very clear. Then you can add the next one. You can become more specific. That is S. So let's go. So specification. So you need to have what we call guardrails. You have to know the tone, the role, the format, the constraint. So I can say, okay, transcribe it and pick out relevant points that is suitable to create nuggets from the message. Now the AI understands it clearly that my role is not just to transcribe. But once I'm done transcribing the voice notes, I am to convert it and filter. That is the formatting. I'm filtering. I'm picking out what is needed, which is relevant points that can be converted into nuggets. So these specifications act as guardrails. If you do not contain your AI will do more than you want it to do most of the times. So you need to limit it. So you should not be asking the AI, write about love. Then the AI is giving you context that happens to do with love, let me say, in a different form that is not what you need. Let me see, we are trying to say, write about the love of God, and you are not specific. He is beginning to tell you, okay, love of God in respect to the Hindus, respect to the Muslims to different communities. But if you are a bit specific, if you are given a specification and said, okay, within the context of Christianity, he then knows that, oh, this concept called love of God, I need to respond to it in the context of Christianity. I hope it's clear. All right. So the last letter of our sheets is called E. So the E, letter E, it stands for examples. Why is this important? This serves as blueprints. You know, when you want to build a house, one thing that an engineer will ask of is the blueprint of the house plan. Because you can bring a bricklayer, you can bring someone that is to put electricity and the rest of them, electrical person, yeah, a carpenter. But if they don't know what to do, if you don't show them how it's meant to be done, they can just think and give you whatever you want. A very good question, and I need response. You can drop it in the chat. Imagine you have so much money and you want to build your house, and you just called an engineer and you brought him to the land that you already acquired and say, build me a house. And you travel and say, I'm coming back in the next 1 year. The house should be complete. What will be your expectations? Drop it in your comments. I'm looking at your comments. What will be your expectations? What will be your expectations? What will be your expectations? So you dropped it in the house and say, oh, this, I want to see it in the comments. You can drop it in the comments. You can drop it in the comments. So what will be your expectation? Your expectation be, oh, I'm going to be expecting, let me say you bought a very big plot of land. Let me say a 2 plot of land. I can't see anybody typing. Okay, so people are typing. Good. I want to see expectations. Do you expect to see 6-bedroom flats when coming up? Or do you expect to see a skyscraper? Or do you expect to see a bungalow? Or do you expect to see just 1 bedroom? I want to see someone type. Yes, yes, yes. I can see you typing. Drop, 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 drop. What would be your expectation? Let's say the money is unlimited. You gave the engineer 300 million to build a house for you. You left him and say you're coming back 1 year. What is the expectation? You just showed him land and say this is 5 plot of land. What is the expectation? Wow, the typing is getting long. Okay, my expectation will be based on the specification and resources I gave him. Okay, nice. Okay, let's get to the order. What would be your expectation? Because okay, I expect anything good. Okay, I expect anything because if I'm the engineer or if you are the engineer, okay, let's put something this way. Let's write it this way. If you are the engineer, what will you do for that man? What kind of house will you build? 5 plots. He gave you 300 million, but he did not tell you anything. He just said, build me a house. What will you build? Let's see. Let's see. What will you build? So I want to see how people will respond. I know some person will write, I'll just do a bungalow. Maybe Basha. You know, those plank wooden structure with zinc. or just one flat, one small boys quarter. Okay, you say what? I'll build what the money can establish. Okay, if I'm an engineer, 2 bedroom will be fine for the person. Okay, all right. Let's put a question. Maybe I gave you 300 million. Okay, as a professional engineer, I'll keep the money for him until he comes back. All right. So after 1 year, he's coming back to nothing. I'll build what um can be predicted on the resources available. So with 300 million, what do you think can be built? You can build, let me say, a 3-story building, maybe. Yeah, comfortably. You can build a very luxury house with it. Yes, the land is there. You're not buying the land. I think so. But you discover that somebody said that they'll build just 2 bedroom in 300 million, 5 plots of land. You discover that because there was no blueprint, anything can go. That is what happens whenever you prompt and you say, my AI is not working. It's not giving me what I want. You're getting frustrated. It's because you are not adding up the CASE. And the last is called examples. You need to give it a blueprint. Few words. You can just say, show him a pattern. You can say, okay, see words. Let's take our example. You are a lead church administrator with 20 years experience. Write a follow-up plan that will increase our attendance from 20 to 100 within the space of 2 months. Example, the Remnant Christian Church, RCN, did it. Or you cite, let me say, ROCCG did this. Use ROCCG framework. Use a well-known church that has growth, their framework, something like that. Or go through churches and be. So you're giving it an example. So you're giving it more context. So you can say, okay, write it in a bullet form. Like, for instance, this is the way to follow up the example. And you say number 1, ... So the AI understands when it's responding back to you, it's fully in format. So that is the power of examples. I hope you're getting value. If you're getting value, drop yes, I'm getting value there. Okay, so if you understand the case method rather, then we can be able to draft prompts that makes more sense. Okay, so I want to see, are you getting value? Drop it. If you're getting value, yes, I am getting value. Okay, so let's continue. So we are going to look at complexity, input, sample, and reliability. We want to just look at how some persons were prompting and how we are meant to prompt after this class. Okay, good. All right, we are getting value. So a basic prompt will be explain artificial intelligence to me. Just the way we'll go to GPT and we'll type in explain, give me something, explain uh, networking to me, explain business model to me. So we relate with AI model as though we are typing on Google search. You know, when we were growing up, Google search, we just put few words there and it gives us things. Then we scroll and scroll to look for a link that looks like what we want. Maybe then it was Wikipedia. Oh, yeah. So it just gives you a generic, low reliability response. So when you do that, that's what you get. But when you frame it and say, as a teacher, explain AI using an analogy rather of a librarian. Now he knows that, okay, I am to explain it as a teacher, number one. Number two, I'm using an example of how a librarian will explain something. Then you've tailored it. So you have tailored the tune. I seen it. So you have tailored the tune. But now as an architect, where we are becoming to master how to prompt, you go further and say, art as a teacher. Then you put in the context. Explain AI to a 10 years old. So you have said, oh, you have added member who is he responding to? So he knows he's a teacher, he's going to be talking to a 10 years old child. So you're giving it context. Are you saying it? Now, you're adding now what we call specifics. Use 50 words maximum. Example, C style, maybe say blah, 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 you add it there. Now, guess what happens? The AI will give you perfect, precise results as you want. Now, for those that usually subscribe, that buys credits like us, that use, maybe say pro version or whatever, we have what we call tokens. And once your token finish, you know that you're in for it. In fact, those that use free plan, you observe that when you use AI a lot, what happens? It will tell you what, wait for the next 3 hours. Am I correct? Drop it down there. If I'm correct, say yes, 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 you're correct. I've experienced that. If I've experienced that, say yes, I've experienced that there. Okay. All right. So I'm saying yes. Okay, good. So this happened because you are not using the architect method or even the framework method. Maybe you're just using a basic method. So the AI is thinking and thinking. Or help the AI to become smarter for you by using the architect method. I hope this makes a lot of sense. All right. I want us to see some certain examples and work practically. But I'm looking at the time. Is 8:39. Okay, I think we'll do that before we come into advanced structure architecture. Advanced architecture is very interesting. So I think let's do something. Let's do something. Tell me what you can see. Type it there. Let me drag this guy out. Tell me what you can see. What can you still see? Type it. Let me see what you can see. Can you see my Google? Please, what are you seeing? Tell me what you're seeing so I can know. Okay, let's use GPT. I think that's the famous one. Everybody know. Let's use that. Oh no, I don't want you there. I want this. Okay. Please, what can you see? Tell me what you can see. Can you see Chat GPT? Yes. Drop. I'm seeing GPT. I'm seeing GPT. Drop it there. Can you still hear me? Please, am I still sharing? Okay. Please, what can you see? Okay. But please, have you been seeing the other part of it before now? Please confirm. Hope you'll be following my slides. Were you seeing all of it previously before now? Please say yes or no so I can know. I just went back here and okay,
Yes,
yes.
sir.
Oh, okay, thank God. All right. So I'm not starting from the beginning. All right. So let me stop sharing. Okay. Let me stop sharing. Then I'll share again. Okay. All right. You can see this, right? Can you see this? Okay. Let me see if I switch, if you can still see. Okay. The switch is happening. Okay. We are good to go. All right. Good. Thank you so much. You probably are amazing. Okay. So let's take these examples. Yeah. So let me say we can do something. Or if you have an example you want us to work, let me say any frame, social media, whatever, just tell me, okay, I want us to do this. You can drop it there. The first person that drops, we might use the example to use the case method to create a perfect prompts. Anybody? You can mute yourself, but you can type, please. Okay. Is anybody dropping? Or I use the example that I have so we can be fast. Any of them? Is anybody dropping anything? What area of you want to explore AI with? And you say, oh, I wish I know how to prompt properly regarding this area. Maybe health, maybe social media, content generation, maybe in whatever, video editing, whatever. Just drop an area, whatever it is, so we can build a prompt around it. The first person that drops, I'll use that. Okay. So remember, we want to use the chase method. Okay, video editing. Good. All right. So let's make a story around it. So context. Let's think. We want the AI to become a video editor. Okay, please mute yourself. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So we want the AI to become a video editor expert that can tell you exactly what to do and which tools to go. Let's say that is the context we have in mind. A stands for what again? What does A stands for? Action. So we say, okay, AI, I'm going to give you a script. You tell me the best video editing, like from camera angles down to setups, down to editing itself. That is post-production. What's the color grading, all those stuff. I need it clear. I want it to copy this thing. Then you go specific. Okay, I want it to be more like should we use action setting or semantic kind of approach? What should we use? Okay, we'll call there. Then we'll give it an example. So let's frame it. So let's make it a persona for. So let's type in simple. Remember we're using shades. So let's give it an identity. You are a video editor. You're an expert video editor. You are I think the word we use is senior, a senior video editor with 20 years experience. So why are we saying 20 years experience? We want it to, guys, giving it context, we want it to go back in time from 20 years. You know, when you say 1 year experience, it's not that strong. And when you say 20 years, instantly the AI knows that I need to behave like a professional right now. So that's the reason why I'm just adding that. Okay, so you are a senior video editor with 20 years experience. Develop for me. So this is action, develop, or we say create, whatever we want to write, to develop a framework of how my videos should look. Now we are giving it action, a framework on how our videos should look. Let's go further, including a framework of not how my video will look, a framework for my videos. We'll make it that way. Let's make it a bit concise. For my videos, for my video generation, videos. Okay, I think you understand this. Videos. You see how I'm going back and front because I'm looking at my case acronym and I'm trying to ensure everything is structured within that framework. So develop a framework for my videos. Now let's add some little specifics so we can get what we call the guardrail. Okay. Include camera angles, include camera setup. Then you can give it more context. I have 2 camera devices. Okay. So he knows, okay, this is this. So you go further and camera setup, color grading, camera setup, camera specification. No, we call it adjustments. Is it setup? Yes, it's still setup. Camera setup. I think you will understand this. Camera setup, color grading for editing that will make it look cinematic. Okay. What else again? Recommend. So we are giving it a guardrail. So we are structuring it. Recommend a song genre that will fit the video in post-production. So I'm giving it a lot of context. I have made it to understand what is to do, action, specific, and I'm giving it now example. Okay, example. Then you can just move on. Or you can say reference. This is same thing as example. Reference. Type in a particular movie that you love, their color grading, how everything was. Just type it in. I think James Bond movies are okay, Abby. Which other movie again? Is there any Manzaya movies? Do you think is okay? Which of these? I just a particular movie name. Reference this movie. So we are giving it an example to work with. Okay. Is anybody giving me an example? I think I can just use James Bond. Let's just see what he does. Okay. All right. So this is a prompt that is following this Chase method, this Chase framework. So in here, you see context, you see action, you see specification, and lastly, you see examples. So we have given it what it needs, but something is missing. How does it know the video? So I need to add one last prompt, and we'll be learning this more in our advanced prompting. So you say, before you start, ask about the movie video title, and context. Do you see what I just did now? So he knows that, okay, I have to do all this, but there is an information I need to get from the user. Now, if I throw this in, he understands what to do now. Okay. Okay, before I begin to design a JSON style framework, I need few details from you. So see how he generated questions. I seen it. So he has given me a response of how I want it to be. What is the title of it? What is the main context on it? Is storytelling? What kind of video I'm trying to do? Where are you recording? Is it studio? Is it... So you see that the AI itself is behaving more smarter. Because I can just do this now. If I didn't put this stuff, let me say, let's go a new one and see what happens now. And I don't put this here. I just drop it. He will just think and try to understand and try to, what is going on? So, okay, these AI models that get even smarter. You see, they've discovered that a critical part is missing. So they're really asking you again, what do you really want from here? So they're telling you how it's meant to be. Okay. So if you have used these AI models long before now, let's say 2 years back, it will just generate something random and give to you because you did not add any specification in it. Do you understand? All right. So that is what we have currently. Okay. So let's go back to our prompt here, our framework. So you say, okay, the title of it, blah, 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 and 2 camera setup, where is it going to be, and recommendations. So let's pick up this and let's just answer it and let's see what it does. So you see, rather than telling the AI, write for me a video position, how will I set my camera, all those things. With just one prompt, you have framed everything. You're going to be using less tokens, but you're getting much more perfect results. So what is the title of it? I can call it Jesus, Passion of Jesus. Passion of Jesus. Let's call it that. That's the title. Storytelling. That should be the one. Storytelling. And it's going to be an outdoor shot. Tomorrow, when we are doing some AI tools, I'll show you how powerful now what you're learning today is going to work. So they're telling me, what do I have? What kind of camera do I have? Let me say I have a mirrorless camera and I have my smartphone. Those are the 2 cameras I'm using. And smartphone. Where will I be uploading it? Let me say YouTube. So you understand if it's going to be landscape or it's going to be portraits. You see how AI is smart, asking us relevant question. Next, how do you feel the emotional, educational, inspiring? Let them be inspired, right? I believe I'm correct. Let them be inspired. All right, so let's put it down here. So it takes that information now and it starts giving me a framework. So the project name is called Passion of Christ, the Passion of Jesus. So the style, James Bond. Maybe we told it to use a semantic tool. Then platform, YouTube. Then it begin to create the shots, a wide frame, whatever, narration. So it even goes further to tell us, okay, how the narration can be, how to start it up. At 1, it goes to Act 2, the mission. It goes to sacrifice. Can you see how amazing this is? Now you can use it in your drama units in your various churches. So you can say, okay, the theme that pastor is about to preach the next 2 weeks is this. Drama unit needs to come up with something. So you can't prompt it. It can give you beautiful ideas and tell you how to position the kind of shots to take. You see, it's telling you use tight emotional close-up shots, use sky shots. So it's telling you things that you need to use to make it feel amazing. So editing is telling you what you have to use. Okay, this dark color grading, blah, blah, blah. So you see V3. Now, when we start going to the advanced, you see the amazing power of what you're learning, because we're going to go back to this prompt and tweak it in a way. And you see it bring out a different kind of response, entirely much more mind-blowing. All right, so it's telling us about the second camera setup, where it should be. So it's going to tell us where it's going to be, position it, how to set it. So it's even telling you everything needed. So it gives you an idea. I seen it. So it's telling you smartphone is here for side angle. The narrator is here. The mirror camera is here. So one camera is here. One camera is here. Okay. Then the narrator is here. So two cameras are viewing it together. I seen it. So it's giving exactly how it's supposed to be positioned. So it went further to say, okay, the lighting, the best hour to shoot. So it can give you this kind of effects. So it's giving me everything needed. If you just dropped a prompt, let me say one prompt and drop it here, you will not get as beautiful outputs as you're seeing right now. If I'm correct, say yes, you're correct. Drop it in the comment points. I say, so it's giving everything. If I'm correct, say yes, you're correct. So it's giving everything, so you cannot even be confused. So it's telling you how to move, how to position, how to put the letters on it. So the editing style, it begins to tell us how it should go, how everything should flow. The transition is telling you the type of transitions to use that can work with it. So this is amazing. So the music is giving us kind of a music, similarly using this. So it's telling us, let us use this kind of music. So you can go and check it, strings, piano. So this is it. So at the end point, this is what it gets. So it's a perfect spiritual what? Storytelling. So it's telling us, if you use this kind of piano, you get this amazing one. So it can tell us how it should be. Everything is penned down here. Okay, I'm done. But this is amazing. If what you're learning is making sense, can you clap or do any gestures there? Let me see. All right. Okay. So that is for, okay, good. So that is for the case. Now, what you just learned is intermediate prompt engineering. If you know this one, you're good to go. You can actually do prompting and get amazing results that is mind-blowing. But we are about to go into the advanced. So can we proceed? If I can proceed, someone say yes, please proceed. So I can know that everybody's following. Okay, so we have seen the power of just using case. Just using case, and we got prompt was very. Now let's see how we go of advanced prompting. See how the whole thing changes entirely. Okay, so let's go. So advanced architecture. So let's design prompts indeed. So indeed, we are doing one, not just writing the prompts, you're building it, you're stacking it. You're making the AI carry out the function itself. Do you understand? So can I continue? I believe everybody is with me, so I am continuing. The first is what we call the meta prompting. Meta prompting is very, very, very amazing. You building prompts and making the AI to be the one to build it for you. All right. So you ask the AI to act as an expert engineer and is needed. So you want to write, let me say, a story about the passion of Jesus. So you're telling now the AI to act as an expert engineer, as an interviewer, and begin to ask you relevant questions concerning this particular topic. Wow. So the results you get is that I want a result questions before you attempt to answer. So for instance, I want you to create a script for the passion of Christ for me. But before you continue, ask me 10 questions concerning the topic. Then he begins to generate relevant questions that is in line with the topic, but it will help him understand context. Now, when he gets all this is just going to be generated. He will start working with advanced prompting to give you a result. It's very interesting. Should we try it? Should we try it? If you say yes, I'll try it. We have in advance. The other one,
Yes.
I'll just keep it to myself. Okay, good. All right. So let's go. All right, so let's go back here and let's just take a new shot. At this point, I'll just tell it. I want to write. Let me add case. You are a story writer with 15 years experience. You are to write a story of relating to the topic, relating to the topic I give to you. Ask me 10 questions regarding the topic or the goal, in this case, the story, regarding the story. Before attempting to draft the story for me. All right. So ask me 10 questions regarding the story. And in this case, let the story be, I'm using a curly brackets. Okay, let me teach you something, just a bonus point. When you want the AI to respond in a particular way, and you want it to be a bit smarter, like the AI it is, it's very key that you also, some certain things you want to expand, some certain words you want to expand in your prompt. In the prompt itself, you can just put it in a curly bracket this way. Then in the curly brackets, you cannot state it. The AI knows that, okay, I'm to pick whatever is here. It's called assigning, as though you're assigning a variable. You're creating a variable. So the variable now we are creating is called a story. So we're going to say it here. The passion of Christ. Passion of Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Okay, so that is the story. So let's see what happens now. So it's telling me, before I write the story about Jesus, I need to understand the style, the depth, the direction you want. Here are 10 important questions that will help shaping the story. Are you seeing it? Now, guess what he did for me? He generated a question list in a multiple question form. So I don't need to crack my head. I'm giving it context already. So number one, for my audience, he says, who am I writing into? Let's say, should we take teenagers? Let's say teenagers. Number one, teenagers. Okay. So we are generating context. So other than me write a story for a teenager, all this, I can forget one or two things in context. But with meta prompting, what you're doing is that you're making the AI build its own prompts, and it will give you fantastic response. So number two, storyline, like a movie, like a documentary, emotional story. Okay, let's say first person. Let's try first person. So it'll be as though I was there. Okay. So let's say first person perspective. Okay. The story length. Let's say, okay, it's a long one. Let's say long. Narration. Let's say medium. Let's just put it medium. Let's say this is for its narrative voice now. What kind of voice do I want? Do I want to be Peter? Do I want to be this? I want to be I like this. I want to be this last one. A fictional weakness. So let me say from my own point of view. I like this, okay? A fictional weakness. Next, timeline. Should it be from the final hours of Jesus? Is it from the Last Supper? Is it the betrayal to crucifixion, or the entire narrative? Let's say the final hours. I say that I like the final hours. Let's see. Or betrayal. Let's start from betrayal. Let's capture this guy called Judas Iscariot. I hope we don't have any Judas in our midst. All right, so let's get it done. I hope you're getting value. Please, if you're getting value, say just I'm following. Please type it on the comments. Let me see. Please, if you're following, just tell I'm following. Oh, beautiful. All right. Okay. All right. If the class is interested, say, oh, it's interesting. Let me see, please. Because I know I'm by God's grace, an excellent teacher. All right. Okay. Good. Thank you very much. Okay. Okay. So when we say emotional tone, it says, what should the audience feel? Should they feel the hope and redemption? Should they feel the deep sorrow and the sacrifice? What are we saying? I need someone to choose for me, number 6. Why I go on? Tell me in the comment section, what do they feel? What should they feel? Should it be deep sorrow? Let someone help me, please. If you're following, I believe you can be able to just type fast. Okay, someone help me. Someone pick for me. Pick for me. Let's go. Pick for me. Is someone picking? Is someone picking? My time is going. Deep sorrow. Okay, deep sorrow and sacrifice. That's the first one I saw. Okay, thank you very much. All right, key events. The Last Supper. Diseases. Which events do you want it to appear? So we already said betrayal. Event must appear. So I can choose any of them. And let's put here. I think the prayer. I like this guy to come in. So it reflects when Jesus was saying, can this cup pass over me? Okay. So you see all these things I may not have remembered if I'm prompting it directly, like what you just learned in intermediate prompting. But in advanced prompting, it is the AI that is going to build it by itself. No, I want resurrection. I think I want resurrection to also appear. Let's put it here. And resurrection, like that. So let's add it and the resurrection. It needs to appear. All right, storytelling, camera angles. Since you mentioned YouTube simulated storytelling, what do you want? Do I want a narrative script, dialogue? Let's just get a script. We don't need angles for now. Okay, let's get a script. And number 9, we're almost there. All right, so you see this one takes a bit of time, but it will give you everything. Okay, so how far? Should I be strict on biblical place, or should I add biblical with dramatics? I like this. Okay, let me just let it be a little bit fun. All right, the ending style. Should it end the story with this or a powerful this? A reflection about sacrifice. Let's work with this one. What do you think? Or the powerful moral story? Let someone help me. Number 10. Which of them are we picking? So you can just say 1, 2, or 3, or A, B, and C. You can just put A. You can put C. Let's speak. Let somebody be involved. A, B, or C. Which one do you think we should put? Are you ready? So you see, he gave me questions that are regarding the topic. The same way, anything you want to do. For instance, you want to create content, 30 days content for my social media brand, or for my church platform, or for my business. Firstly, ask you to ask you questions that is relevant. And when you ask you that question that is relevant, with the answer you give to it, you will not generate something that is mind-blowing. That's where we are going. That's where we're driving. C is better. Okay. All right, so reflect on sacrifice. Reflect sacrifice. Copy. And this. Okay, so we are good to go. Thank you very much. And let's see. So let's feed it. Great. Based on your answer, I will draft a medium-length narration story told with a first-person perspective was a friction weakness. I like this. Designed for teenagers, okay? With a deep emotional and sympathetic storytelling. You see that all the things we picked, it has formed a prompt by itself and is answering it. Amazing. I still remember that night. The air in Jerusalem felt heavy, as if the city itself knew something terrible was about to happen. I was only a young servant then, running errands for travelers who had come for the Passover. That was when I first saw him, Jesus Christ. He did not look like a king, yet when he passed me, something in my heart trembled. The people around him whispered, some with hope, others with anger. His followers stayed close, protecting him like brothers, protecting a light in the darkness. Later that night, curiosity pulled me towards a quiet place out of the city, a garden. The moonlight fell softly over the olive tree of the Garden of Gethsemane. Nice. You see, he highlighted it, so he knows that you needed this to be captured. I hid behind the trees watching. He just stepped forward alone. Well, and then something I will never forget happened. He fell on his knees. I expected a powerful leader, someone fearless, but instead I saw a man in deep sorrow. His voice trembled as he prayed to God, not with pride, not with anger, but with pain. He said, Father, is it possible? Take this cup from me. The words echoes through the silent garden, and I realized then that whatever he was about to face, he already knew it was coming. And still he stayed. Moments after, torches appeared in distance, soldiers, and leading them was one of his own followers, Judas Iscariot, the betrayer. I seen it. He highlighted it again. I felt my chest tightened. Judas stepped forward and greeted Jesus with a kiss. A kiss? That was a sign. The soldiers rushed forward and grabbed him. His disciples panicked and ran into the dark. I wanted to run too, but something inside me forced my feet to stay. They dragged him through the streets towards judgment. My money, the crowd. Oh, we are coming to Easter. This is a beautiful one. I'm going to do something with this story. My money, the crowd had gathered before the Roman governor called Pontius Pilate. I pushed through the crowd to see what was happening. And Pilate questioned him, searching for some crime worthy of death. But Jesus stood there silently, bruised, bleeding, still calm. Then the crowd began to shout, crucify him. I looked around in disbelief. Some of the same people he had praised him days earlier were now demanding his death. Pilate finally gave the order. The soldiers led Jesus away to a hill side the city called Golgotha. I followed them in a distance. Each step it took it looks like agony. A heavy wooden cross rested on his shoulder, pressing him down into the depths. Some people mocked him, others cried, but Jesus kept walking. And when he reached the hill, the soldiers nailed him to the cross. The sound of the hammer echoed in my ears. I wanted to look away, but I couldn't. Above him, the sky slowly darkened. Hours passed. Then, in a voice filled with both suffering and love, Jesus spoke. Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing. This word pierced my heart. How can someone forgive the people who were killing him? Then finally, he breathed his last, and the earth trembled. The sky grew dark, and the man who looked like a defeated prisoner somehow felt like a gracious king. For 2 days, the city fell into silence. People whispered that the man called Jesus was gone forever. But on the third day, something unbelievable happened. Rumors spread like wildfire. The tomb was empty. People said he had risen from the dead. At first, I didn't believe. Then I saw him alive. The same Jesus who was hung on the cross now stand before the followers, filled with peace and power. In that moment, I understood something I had never understood before. His suffering was not defeat, it was sacrifice. He could have walked away that night in the garden. He could have escaped the soldiers, but he chose the cross for us. And ever since that day, whenever I remember the darkness in that night, I also remember the light of that morning. Hallelujah. Because the greatest act of love the world ever seen was a man who chose to suffer so others could live. And I was there to witness it. Wow. If you love the story, can you type, yay, wow. Wow, 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 wow. You see that the AI did not give us generic response. He gave us a story that even myself, I felt like, oh my God, this is so interesting. That is the power of advanced architecture. That is the power of mental prompting. Wow. I love this. Okay. I would love to watch this. I would definitely make an AI video and post it on my channel. That way I'll drop my link so you can see it. All right, this is amazing. Okay, this is beautiful. Okay, so let's go to the last. I hope you can still see my screen. Confirm. If you can still see my screen, confirm. We use the last form so we can call it a day. So, we still have one more. Okay. I'll rush. I will just build on this. We might not do an example here, but I'll explain it. So we have what we call chain of thoughts. So it's called COT. Do not forget this. Chain of thought, COT. So what it does is that you are making the AI to tell you what he's about to do before he does what he needs to do. So you're forcing the model to draft how he's reasoning before he answers you. You're forcing it to tell you, are you sure you understand what is going on? So you're forcing the model to stay on a logical path and identify errors of his own statistics prediction. So this involves what we call logic drafts for any multiple step. This is for mostly when you're doing a multi-step task or a complex data statistics. So for instance, I want it to not just write a story. After he's done writing a story, he should then draft the camera angles that he need to take the shots, or the characters, develop prompts that I would use to design the characters. Then after then, he should recommend the AI tool, video tool model like I used to get each of them, and what I should write there that will depict whatever he has written there. Then maybe multiple tasks as this. We don't want the AI to be extremely confused because of what is going on. So how we solve this is by introducing what we call the chain of thoughts. So the AI firstly tell you, okay, this is what I'm about to do. First thing, I will generate the story from you after I've asked you the questions. Then I will recommend the camera angles and the color grades to use and the possible place to shoot the videos. Then I will tell you what to do in post-production. So he's telling you exactly how he's going to think of the process. He's going to tell you first clearly, then you let's let it continue. All right, use this title and carry on. Then the AI understand from start to finish the kind of process. So it's not going to just do everything once and for all. It will break it down. You do the first one, it will confirm with his logic. Okay, it's correct. You move to the next one, it confirms with the logic. It's correct. Somebody writes on the comment section, chain of thoughts, COT, chain of thoughts. Okay. Okay. All right, good. So we are following. Good. So he firstly tell you how the logic works. When he's done telling you how the logic works, then he carries on to give you the response from the prompts you have asked. Okay, that is what was called COT. I wish we had time to do an example, but it's pretty straightforward. Okay. All right. So the last one, which is Very, very amazing. It's what we call multi-agents. So I call it the council and the council of agents, multi-agents. So we have the creator agents, we have the critics, and we have the polisher. So these are three agents working together in one prompt. So the first draft might be build the first draft based on a core requirement. Then feed it to a different AI model, a different phrase that you're saying, okay, you are to criticize what has been generated by this particular AI model. So you open a new chat and you drop in, create for me a story. Maybe we might use what we generated to try out multiple agents. I want us to practicalize this one. Maybe it may make sense for somebody here. All right. Then the last is that he identify the boring parts, the errors, the tune shifts, and then, okay, this particular things was not done properly. Turn it this way, blah, blah, blah. The last agent is a polisher. A polisher now looks at what the creator created, what the critics has criticized, then use those things and create a different prompt from you again that is much more cleaner, that is free from those errors, free from those boring parts, free from the tone shifts, free from all those things that are not required. Do we understand? So the three agents are working together. That's why I call it the council. So the council in a Nigerian man's tune. So someone write there, multi-agents, the council. Multi-agents, the council. So we have the creator, we have the critics, and we have the punisher. So the three T's, the creator, the critic, and the punisher. All right. I know someone is learning today, and this will change the way you control AI. AI needs to be controlled by you, and it is the prompt engineer that controls this narrative. Okay. Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good. All right. So the council. So let's try it. Let's do an example with this, maybe, and see how interesting it can be. So let's pick up this prompt. But before then, we are going to generate a prompt, a new chat. I will say, very simple. Acts as a critic that identifies errors, tune change, boring parts of a story. Okay? Be brutal. Am I getting it? It's possible. Okay? First, ask me about the story script. Okay, very simple. Oh, what is going on? What's going on? Oh, sorry, somebody's unmuted.
Let her go. Hi. Service. You feel service? Yeah? You feel service? I feel service, but if you want to I am a few long, I don't see. You feel how yeah,
if you can see my screen now, comment. Can you see my screen? Can you hear me clearly? Say yes. Okay, thank you. We are back. Please, if you're coming to the live section, we want you to please mute yourself. Thank you. God bless you. All right, we're almost done. Okay, so, all right, if you want a brutal critique, okay, I'll give you the kind of feedback editors give behind closed door, no sugarcoating. All right, so we have created our critic. So this first prompt we did, this guy is our creator. So he has created something for us here. So we are going to pick up this guy. All right. And we are going to drop it here. So let's drop here. I'm going to remove this bottom part and up. Okay. I have dropped a story. Okay. So these are our scripts. So let's see what he does to it. So you rated it 6/10. Oh, that is hard. Okay, your story is clear and it feels safe and predictable, emotionally underpowering for a okay. The topic, as powerful as the passion of Christ, would hit the hammer like she would hit like a hammer emotionally instead of reading like a simplified Bible summary with light dramatization. So he begins to tell me the breakdown of what he saw that is wrong. I remember that night. So you can write down here, this line is used in thousands of stories. So it's a cliche. So he said, yeah, then the air in Jerusalem felt heavy. Another cliche again. So he's telling me this. Okay. Okay. So this is going to happen this way. So it flows here. Emotional flatness. So it just criticizes this. So in here, okay, this is not my page. So in here, I'm going to add something. This script could become 10/10 with small structural change. So I will then just add it. This is the last part of the counsel. Using there's critics generate a well polished story. All right, that will rate at least 9/10. Okay, so I go down. He knows the story already. So now this is the last person in the council that's going to modify the output now. So let's go. So it's going to go a stronger route. So it's going to tell me, all right, I like this. All right. So the first sound I heard was the hammer, the metal striking iron, a sharp crack echoing, blah, 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 blah. And okay, I was going on. Then he then goes back to, it began a night before. Okay, so more like a throwback. So it tells us, okay, this is like, is in a scene of when Jesus was about to be crucified. Then more like a flashback. Then everything here, he starts, okay, it sounds, I won't be able to read it all, but I feel it must have done justice. From what I'm seeing, it felt like he has done justice. Let's see what he rates it now. Okay, so this is it. So rate the above. Rate yourself. Rate yourself. Okay. So he's telling me he's rating it 9.1. Okay, that is you. So a stronger hook. Very true. The way it started is better. Hammer hitting the hand. If you're watching a reels, you stop to continue to look at it rather than ninth and Jesus passing. Very correct. Okay, a stronger narrative presence, correct? And pacing, deep emotions, and blah, blah, blah. Okay, so this is the rating. I like this. So you can see that using the the model agents, you can draft better prompts that is different. Now, this does not stop in storytelling. Anything you want to do with AI model, you want to create image, if you use this kind of setting, you still get the same perfect images that looks like you completely. All right, so the road to mastering, let's wrap up. The road to mastering, the first, which is foundation, we have to understand what is AI and also AI models, which you have now know. You now also need to know how to apply the case method, which makes it reliable and high value results. We have also looked at the architecting, making it to what we call the COT, chain of thoughts, and also the mental prompting. This is for complex system. Then we also went further to know how to connect multi agents together as a workflow. You must have here workflow. Workflow simply means agents working together. If you understand this thing, you can be able to do automation or anything. All right, tomorrow I'm going to show you, show the class, let's say 2 or 3 powerful AI tools that you can use for your personal use and also for the church. All right, so the primary goal to autonomous creates what we call quality control. So you see the AI rating itself. Okay, so I'm open for question in the next. Drop your question. In the next 1 minute, drop your question. Then I respond within the time frame of 10 minutes. Then we are done for today's class. All right. I hope you are enjoying the class. If you say you got values, drop. Yes, I got value. Yes, I got value. Yes, I got value. If you have a question, drop it. And I'll. All right. All right. If you have a question, drop. 1 minute frame is almost going. Time frame is almost going. If you have a question, drop. All right. So while you're waiting, while I'm waiting for question, you can be looking at this. So get to know me more. If you have a question, drop it. How do we create images for this powerful story? I like this. Okay, we are going to do that tomorrow. We'll try that tomorrow. Okay. My question is that, can I prompt the AI to rate itself regarding the last section? Yes, that's what I did. You saw what I said, rate yourself. And it rated itself 9.1/10. And it didn't just rate itself, it gave me reasons why it rated itself 9.1. He said he used a stronger hook and he explained why and every other thing. Okay, so the AI can rate itself. Okay, is it compulsory to tell the AI, let's go back here. Is it compulsory to tell the AI to ask me 10 questions? What if there is more than that? Yes, 10 questions is, you can tell it 20 questions if you had time to be answering all of them. There's no challenge with that. Okay, you can tell it, okay, 20 questions, 30 questions, 50 questions. But before you write one prompt, you cry because you answer 50 questions. So 10 questions, it filters it and gives you the 10 best questions that is related to your topic or whatever your goal. All right. Any other question? Are there steps way of prompting effectively? That is what we did today. I taught you 2 methods. One is the case method, and the second one is the advanced method, when you use what we call the chain of thoughts or the mental prompting, or the multi-agents, also known as the counsel. All right. Okay, using this method, so there is no need to ask a specific structure, right? Yes, if you're using chain of thoughts method or this the meta prompting method, there will not be need for structuring. The AI is already going to ask you the relevant questions that will enable it structure the prompt for you in a way that is even much more better than you structuring it from your head. Yes. Okay, can I use this method to generate videos? Yes, you can use it to generate videos. Now you have gotten the scripts. You can say, AI, go through this script and break down it into scenes, which he has already done. All right, break down into prompts that I can put to generate content, whatever. Yes, you can. You can say, okay, I want to generate video. So break this into 8 seconds scripts. So remember, AI videos most times is just 8 seconds. So, or 15 seconds. There's one now that can do about 1 minute. But imagine in just 8 seconds, you have to break it down into 8 seconds, into 10 seconds. Then he knows, okay, this is what you say here. This is the prompt. This is styling. Then you can go and use any image generator or video generator to create it. Okay. Can you give us a take-home assignment also to prepare us for next class? All right. I love this. Okay. Before I answer that, no problem. I will do that. Can I use this case for my academic writing? Accurate. Accurate. All right. I made over 150,000 in just prompting AI for just 2 hours to write someone's project. I was writing a particular project, a thesis, and the client said, oh, I would love you to help me write it. And it's a field that I do not know anything of. But with AI and with my prompting ability, I generated it that when I was reading the project, I felt so amazed. Like it was really deep. And as supervisor read it, I was like, wow, 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 wow. I just made money from it. So you can use it, yes, for your academic writing. But in academic writing, there's a way you prompt it. You need it to, and you need to ensure that it does not sound generic. That is why you need to apply this method. So, if you read something that was AI scripted, okay, this is AI, this is AI. Now, the story I read concerning the Passion of Christ, you can't tell if it's AI. It felt like someone that narrated it, a storyteller. There is a difference because of how my prompt is. Do you understand? So you can use it for academic. Yes. Do you want me to give you an assignment? Okay, I'll give everybody an assignment. So when I say the assignment, you're going to write it down. Can I use AI for short reels content? Yes, you can. All right. Thank you so much for the knowledge. I really appreciate. Please, sir, can I have the replay of this class? The class is currently recorded and definitely you'll see it. Okay. Then lastly, I'm going to drop as a gift to this class, my slide, this amazing slide you saw that have all these. I'm going to be giving the class for it. Okay. So, I believe I'm answering all questions. So let's connect. Let's connect. I want you to connect with me. You can screenshot just one click. You can just get this right now and you can connect with me. Just with my link tree, you can see all of my handles. So all of my handles. I send the link. You can screenshot this now. You can screenshot this with the barcode. If you just scan the barcode, it will lead you to my link tree. My link tree is connected to my LinkedIn, is connected to my Instagram, my Facebook, my GitHub, whatever account is there. So you can follow me. And as you follow, I'm going to follow back instantly. Immediately as you follow, I'm going to follow back instantly. As you follow, I'm going to follow back instantly. So let's go for that. Let's go for that. Let's go for that. Let's go for that. If you have followed me or you've clicked the link, just drop it on the chat. All right, drop it on the chat. The people that have followed me will receive this PDF immediately. Will receive this PDF. So let's go. Let's go. I will just do this for 2 minutes. So let's follow. And once, can you see my screen? Are you seeing my screen? I'm dropping the link now on the chat so everybody can just click it. I think that will also be better. I'm dropping the link on the chat so you can click it. All right. But if you can scan, you can easily do that. So once you follow me, I'm getting Are you seeing my screen? Can you see what I'm projecting? Let me know. Can you see what I'm projecting?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Good. Okay. So this is my link. So this is my link tree. Once you click on it, it takes you to all of my accounts. You can follow me in all of the accounts. Once you're done, tell me that. Then from this class, I'm going to be giving 5 slots to the people here for free AI consultation, AI and automation consultation. So if you're a business owner and you want to know how to integrate AI, if you are a company individual, an individual that wants to go into AI for whatever, if you have any question that has not been touched here concerning AI, I'll be giving 5% out of the 30% that joined the class, and out of the 600 members that are currently here. Okay, 54 is currently online, 608 in this place. So out of them, I'm going to be giving an opportunity. Yes, an opportunity. Yeah, an opportunity to receive my free mentorship. Okay, so this is my official website. All right, so that's the guy there. All right, so that's AI. So once you click on my website, you can book a consultation. So the first 5 persons, or rather, out of the persons that is going to use it, okay, thank you. Oye has followed me. All right. Once you followed me and also you book any consultation, I'm going to check if you did follow me. Then I know, okay, you're part of them. So I'm going to get 5 persons that I'm going to give in free consultation. But ensure that you follow me. And if you want a consultation, save this link for yourself so you can get it. Okay. Any more question? Tomorrow we are going to be doing something amazing. We are going to be dealing with 3 powerful tools. You will learn about image and video generation, and something else that are more powerful that you can use. I don't want to let out the cat out of the bag. So tomorrow by 8 p.m. by God's grace, we'll be having this lecture, and I know you will be blessed. And I know you're going to learn and utilize it, and it will flow through. All right. So the link tree links you to my Facebook, to my Instagram, to my LinkedIn. Follow me everywhere. As you can, as much as you can. Yes, I can see persons following me. I can see pop-ups. Thank you. As you follow me, I'm going to follow you back. Also, I believe you have gotten value from today's class. So I'm going to be dropping the PDF in the class. Yay! That is something I do not do, but for this class is an exception. So I'm going to do it for this class. All right. So I'm still following. I wish I could see like 15 more persons that have said they have followed me so I can drop the PDF for them. All right. Okay. All right. So if you followed me, just tell me. Okay. All right. So this PDF will be being dropped in the class for us to learn. Okay. All right. I'm going to be downloading it. All right. Are you following? Okay. All right. So I'll drop the PDF after the class. You just look back and you see it here. Okay. So yeah, some persons are okay. Some people are still following. Okay, network is bad. But you can hear me now, right? Hope you can hear me. All right. So follow me over here on Linktree. Then connect with me in all my platforms. So once you have done that, I'm going to drop the link. I'm going to drop the PDF here, and every one of us is going to have it. Okay. 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 So this is a link to all my platform. There's a link to all my platform. All right. Thank you very much for tonight, and I believe you got value, and we are going to have an amazing moment by God's grace tomorrow. 8 p.m. is the time. Over to you, Mr. Shukuma. Thank you for this opportunity. Mr. Shooks, are you here?
Yes, I'm here, sir.
All right,
Pastor.
thank you very much. Over to you, sir.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. Sir Kalio, God bless you. Thank you so much. We are so grateful. I believe every one of us here, I believe you are blessed as I'm blessed from the class. Thank you so much, sir. We are so grateful. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for pouring out your heart to us. We are so grateful. Babe, please, over to you. For the first time, my wife is here. She wants to let her close the meeting for us.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Chukuma. Thank you so much, Mr. Daniel Kalio.
Mommy,
yes. Yes, say thank you to Mr. Daniel Kalio. And a big congratulations to those who have gotten the free consultations. I would like to say we keep practicing, because when we practice, we clarify ourselves and we'll have more questions to ask come tomorrow. So we'll still meet here same time tomorrow by 8 p.m. Please get set and let others know that are supposed to be in this meeting. All right, that will be all for tonight. Let's say a word of prayer. I wasn't here from the beginning, so I think we should close with a word of prayer. Dear Lord Jesus, we thank you for the privilege to learn. We thank you for helping us thus far. Lord, we give you all the praise, we give you all the honor. We also thank you for our instructor you've used to bless us tonight. We ask that you fill him and bless him more and more in the name of Jesus. Lord, that which you've learned, we ask that you help us to put it into practice and propagate your work here on earth in the name of Jesus. Amen. Thank you very much, everybody. Good night and have a blessed night.
Amen.